Welcome back to the Your Everyday Strength podcast. My name is Josh Sternberg. If you're just joining us here for the very first time, thank you very much for being here today. However, if you are returning, you already know the drill by now. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see I have a guest. If you've read the title, you'll see I've got a guest. So today we have Big Sean.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
As you can see, Sammy's a big fan.
Sammy's
if you're watching the video,
show.
you know, Sammy is loving it at the moment. He just loves attention. But as you always know, with guests, we're kind of just going to let it flow how it does, chat about life and everything in between that. So I'm going to throw it straight over. Big dog, introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, what you do, all the rest of it.
My name's Sean. I'm 31 and I would kind of class myself as ex-construction, found fitness, and I'd say more of a hybrid kind of athlete now.
Actual hybrid.
Yeah, actual hybrid, not a fraud hybrid. But yeah, that's pretty much essentially who I am. Yeah.
So give people a little bit more insight. Like how long you been in fitness for one, like actually working, coaching, etc. And then tell people what it means to be not just the fraud that we see online nowadays.
Yeah.
Basically me. I'm basically a fraud hybrid. This is actually a real hybrid.
I mean, so while I was working in construction, I always had the fitness drive, but I think only over the last 4 or 5 years is when I started to actually enter events. And that's when it kind of stepped up a notch and I was like, fuck, I love this. I love this like competitive side. And it just grew quickly from there. Ultras, open water swimming, triathlons, marathons, kind of high rocks, all just evolved really quickly. And I just love all aspects of that competitive kind of side of sports and the competition. Yeah.
Were you like heavily involved in sports and stuff as a kid growing up, or what was sort of the go there? Is it just something you sort of stumbled upon?
It was always footy. I wasn't great at it, but I was all right.
AFL for everyone who listens in Queensland.
Yeah.
Footy is actually AFL.
Correct.
Now we're in the proper state to say that.
So it was footy and then a few injuries, broke my leg, did my shoulder. That kind of just put me away from it all. And then obviously working. And I guess there was a couple of years where it was just gym with training with no direction though. And then, yeah, everyone started, then running got popular out of nowhere and it just kind of snowballed from there. So always competitive side in me, but I guess, yeah, it just evolved over the years.
Yeah. And with, like you mentioned ultras, you mentioned like open water swimming and all the rest of it. Was it something that just happened? Did you just keep finding the distances? But also for those listening, because a lot of like my audience they're, a whole wide variety of people.
Yeah.
So like give them an actual insight into, what ultra marathons actually are and all the rest of it, because it's not just a casual 5K run, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, so for me, when running kind of blew up, everyone was, doing marathons. And this is before I even really did an official marathon. I was like, well, I just want to go one up. I just want to one up everyone straight away. So I did a 50K ultra trail run. So in the mountains, a lot of elevation. Never done one before. Didn't really know too much about it. And fuck, it killed me. Like quad cramps, both dual calf cramps, hamstring cramps. My whole legs were shot. I still placed well. I come 5th in that race. But it was just an eye opener of like, wow, like this is hard. And I just wanted to keep going into that space and seeing, how far I could really push it.
What's the longest race you've done now?
The longest distance would be 221 Ks. Yeah. That took me 33 hours. But that was a good one. But yeah, I think they're all different. They're all so different from one another.
In terms of just the overall intensity, because obviously trail runs is heavily like through elevation, through the mountains, through like rugged terrain and stuff. So does it mean that like you've done shorter ones but have actually been felt harder on the body?
Yeah, for sure. Like any trail race is hard because you know, you can run on the road and you can get fast, but like if you're throwing different terrain in there and your feet are unstable and you're going down hills, running down hills is like super,
Mm.
like it is hard, and your legs cop a beating from it. So all the distances, because then you're running faster, 50K, even through like a couple of 100-mile races. It's just the roller coaster of I'm feeling good, I'm feeling shit, I'm feeling really good, and then I feel sick, and that goes the whole duration of the race, and it's fucking nuts.
I love that. So like from the physical side of things, obviously your body cops a fucking beating.
Yeah, yeah.
What about from the mental side of things? Because by the sounds of it, like you kind of just said, oh, said, fuck it, I want to run further than everyone. This is something I've only realistically discovered. So when I first moved here, the furthest distance I'd ever ran was 13Ks and didn't run for 2 weeks, was fucking having a week. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go run. And I decided to go run a half marathon. My body was fucked, but like mentally it was just, oh, if I just get to the next thing, it's fine. Get to the next thing, it's fine. Get to the next thing, it's fine. How much for you have you found is like actually stemming from that like mental side of things to just be able to continue to do it?
Oh, nearly 50-50. It is, if not majority of it, it comes to a point where everything is going to hurt, and then it's just a battle with yourself, really. Like, and that's what I find when I'm out there and I'm hurting, and you know, you want to quit, but like I'm just having a mental battle with myself out there, me versing myself. You know, just calling myself like, don't be a weak cunt, like just keep pushing. And it's just, I'll just have a conversation against me, like throughout those hard times. And it's just a back and forth. So yeah, you do have to be mentally strong, and like you have to kind of notice or know like what's happening, and to be able to push past it in that way. Like I know from like my races in the past, I know it's going to get better at some point, but I didn't know that at the start. But you have to experience that. You have to push through that state, and then it'll all kind of get better in a way. And then, like I said, that roller coaster comes in, and you're having a really rough patch, and then next minute you're feeling good again.
Do you believe run as high as real?
I mean, to a degree, for sure. Maybe at the start, like it might get there, work at the start, but then it definitely fades away for sure. And
Yeah, see, if someone mentioned, they're like, oh, have you found runners high yet? I was like, brother, the only time I feel good is when I finish the run and I'm done.
yeah,
That for
yeah.
me was probably the hardest thing, was like actually realizing that like physically your body will kind of just keep going. And for you with the mental side of things, is that something you've always been fairly tough with? Like, is it something you've always been able to just kind of push through shit, like going
Yeah,
playing footy and stuff?
I definitely think it's always been there, and I guess I didn't really know like how mentally strong I was until you put in those positions where you either quit or you just keep going. Like that's it. So I definitely have found through the hard races and the hard training, and you know, you are by yourself out there sometimes, or majority of the time, that it is like, I know I'm very capable, and especially with just pushing through that mindset of just, you know, fuck it, just keep going, like it's going to be all right.
Do you find that that has carried through into other aspects of your life, not just training?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, like when you finish some big things, like big events, and you do take a lot away from the races, and like I know you do in some aspects, it does come across into the everyday life, and you kind of see things a little bit different, or you know, you might be like, oh, that's not too bad, or you're not so hard on your training. If you get injured, you know, you can kind of tell yourself it's all going to work out, because you know you've gone through this and you didn't have this amount of training and it still all worked. So it definitely does help, absolutely. And then also knowing just for future times that I know that I'm going to be all right. Like I can push through it still.
Yes, I love that, because I know for a fact, like even just through years of working within gyms and all the rest of it and working with clients and stuff like that, like seeing the carryover from training, like where people just have to turn up and do hard shit, or nutrition, or whatever the case might be, especially like Gen Pop, you know, sometimes for them getting to the gym is the hardest thing. But then when they do it, they feel better. I've seen that, like, obviously that has then been able to carry over into other aspects of their life and their jobs or their family life or whatever the case might be.
Correct.
With that, with you, like you've mentioned that you were in construction, you're out of construction completely now.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been fully like coaching for?
So I've been in construction. I was in construction for, 12 years, 13 years. And then it got to a point where it just sucked the life out of me more than my training. I always used to like juggle both, and it was sweet. But then the bad was like outweighing the good. And it just got to a point where I'm like, this like has to change. So then the start of this year, 2026, I haven't gone back. So it's still recently
There we go.
fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all fresh. But yeah, it's just, I just wasn't happy. Wasn't happy going to work. Wasn't happy thinking about work. Just wanted to fucking get home, and it just, yeah, it got too much. But so yeah, 2026 is the new year.
yeah.
So it's mint. So still getting used to not working, but also working. So
It's a different kind of work.
it's the day just flies by.
Yeah.
Like back when I was working, it would just go so slow and like just watching the clock. But now, like, I don't have enough hours in the day. I wish it went for longer because I'm finding myself busy, coaching, helping other people get ready for events, and it does. It honestly goes too quick, and that just shows that I really do. Like, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
passion drives it. And I think it's you mentioned it in there, you kind of like used to watch the clock and all the fucking rest of it. It's like I find so many people will think that, and then like you kind of said you're 31 this year. How did you find that? Because like I'm turning 30 this year, and I know a lot of people around our age and things like that, like they would almost fucking freak out
Yeah.
about, oh, I'm going from
Yeah.
construction, which is a pretty fucking stable job.
Yeah.
You're
Correct.
locked in hours,
Yeah.
decent pay, all the rest of it. Might be shit for the body. But how did you actually find that, like that switch to actually just pull it and be like, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah. Fair
Change
question.
it up at that time.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you got a stable job, you get good pay, there's a lot of work, but it just gets to a point where I'll just think about the future, and if I like, have a family and have kids and see myself still in construction where I'm already miserable, like I just thought, well, it's a recipe for disaster, really. And if it's either now or I'm just going to be fucking depressed. So it got to a point like I'd be driving home from work and I'd just fucking like break down, like just lose it. I'd be like, I can't do this shit anymore. And then that was kind of like, if you're that unhappy, something has to give. So you just got to go for it.
Yeah, so you went all in.
Have to. Like, I mean, yeah, it's you got to choose yourself. Like you can't, if you keep just prolonging you being unhappy, it's probably not going to change. It's, the work is what it is, and if it's just not, you can just grow out of it and lose. I used to love it. I used to love going to work, and then it just changed over time, and that's it.
I think that's a big thing. Like you said, you're in there for 13 years, and this is something I've been having conversations with people about at the moment. Is like we kind of, especially through like years 10, 11, 12 at school and stuff, it's like heavily ingrained that you either pick two pathways. You're either going to university or you're getting a trade, and that is all you can do for your life. Which it's just not the fucking case.
Nah,
and
so far from it.
oftentimes people are pushed into careers that they fucking hate, that they don't love, that they're just like, well, now I've gone and spent the 4 years at uni and I've got a HECS debt, or I've gone and done my apprenticeship and now I have to stay in this for the fucking rest of my life. How much of like with your training itself and everything that you're doing, like how are you actually juggling that around work? Because you mentioned that you're doing running, riding,
while
swimming,
working,
while doing all of that. Like have you done an Ironman?
not a actual Ironman. Nah,
You've just kind of
pending.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I've done Olympic distance tries.
So even that in itself, like those
Yeah.
things are fucking big. How did you actually juggle the work-life balance of that and getting all your sessions in and also eating and all the rest of it?
Struggled immensely. It was never easy. Like my hours would change daily, day shift, night shift, 12-hour shifts, 13, 14 hours. Like it was fucking relentless. I always like made the effort to train early in the morning, never at night, because I never knew when I'd get home. That changed every day. It wasn't like a 7 till 5 kind of setup. It was everything was different. So I just had to adjust my training on the fly. make up for it on the weekends. I'd do huge sessions on the weekends. Nutrition was always there. I was always really good just because that's something I had control over as well. I could always eat good at work, at least set myself up for the week, prep all my dinners, have everything done. So everything where I could, like, have like my say in, I would, like, that's kind of thing. But yeah, training was just to kind of go as the week unfolded and then make up for it over the weekend, which was hard. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, so essentially just controlling the controllables,
Yeah,
controlling the shit you can actually control.
yeah. And then, I would get angry, or I'd beat myself up if I missed 2 days in a row. Like I'd be spewing. And it did get to got to me mentally. Like, I'm not training. I was on a roll. I had a good week. Now I'm having a shit week. Night shift. I can't sleep. I'm going to training, and it was like, I feel like just flat. But like that's just, you just got to make the best in that situation. I feel like I was pretty good at it. Yeah.
With that, do you find, even from like the coaching perspective, and I know you're only fresher to it and things like that, you're still helping people and whatnot, how much of what you've gone through has then actually helped you within that coaching realm
A lot.
to teach people?
Yeah, got a lot of guys who are still in construction, and I tell them, like, I kind of say, hey, let's commit to an event. Yes, we'll do training. Yes, we'll get the structure right, but let's just commit to a challenge, because I find you're working, and you've got that challenge in the back of your mind as well, which also holds you accountable, while I'm also there helping you, like, kind of balance work-life balance. And it does help a lot. And I guess I can kind of say, I do understand, you are tired, or you did have a long day. Like, I get that. So I definitely can relate to all of that.
Yeah, I think relatability is a really big thing.
Mm,
I started in the industry very young, so I became a PT at 21.
mm,
So I was fucking young. I had no
mm,
life experience.
mm.
And I found that as the years have gone on, like I used to be one of those type of people who'd be like, oh, we all have the same 24 hours in the day and all this type of shit.
Yeah, you can make
And
it
I was
work.
like, nah, we fucking don't, man. I'm
Mm,
even now 29, single. I have a dog.
yeah,
I make my own hours. I work when I want. I train when I want.
yeah.
I schedule everything
Mm,
myself. And then now I've built that life. Like I've built that career, and that's taken me nearly 8 years to be able to do that. But then like working with mums, dads, fucking old, young,
mm,
working professionals,
mm,
tradies, all the rest of it, like you kind of realize very fast that we don't all have the same
mm-hmm.
24 hours in a day. How would you, like, for anybody who is listening to this and say they are in construction, or they're a fucking busy dad or a busy mum,
Yeah.
how would you say, like, what are the biggest tips you would give them to get prepared? And you kind of mentioned a couple with like prepare
Yeah,
food and shit,
yeah, yeah,
but what are
definitely.
some of your biggest tips that you help with?
I mean, if I was to tell myself, even when I was back in construction, like, this advice, I would say, don't beat yourself up too much about, if you have to miss a session, like, that's going to happen. Plan the week to the best of the ability, and then maybe even have a backup. Like, oh, if I miss Wednesday, at least I can do an early morning session come Friday morning. Or I'd plan for everything that I could do, and then also don't be so hard on myself when work gets in the way. And that's like the main thing, because I feel like it would have affected some of my training, trying to catch up for certain things that I missed out on. But like, realistically, I could have just, took that as a loss, and then kept trying to win for the rest of the week.
With that, obviously, like, there's times when we all have to miss sessions every now and
100%.
again, and shit like
Mm,
that, life happens,
mm.
and unfortunately that's just what it is. How much for you, like, with especially with some of these bigger events and things like that, like how many times a week were you training at like peak? What's the most sessions you've done in a week?
Oh, it'd be 3 times a day for like nearly 6 days.
Yeah.
That's max. That is max.
Was that
Um,
leading into a specific event?
It would have been when I did the 200-mile races. Like, that would be like a fairly solid block of running, strength training as well,
Mhm.
strength and legs. So that was probably the biggest training block until now, until this Ironman prep, and that's just taken over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
I've seen some Ironman preps that are
Mm,
insane. How many times a day are you training now?
3.
Every single day?
Priority. Yeah.
How do you balance it?
Well, it's tough. Like you'll have to do a double session, like a double session. So like you might train in the morning and then you'll do your swim and your run in the PM. So yeah, that's a juggling act and a planning act. You got to really plan the week out and make sure you can achieve that. Yeah, it's
How do you
tough.
feel?
How? A lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give like an example day on the week,
Well,
or even just an overview of the week. Because
of
I think it's honestly super interesting.
of
Because
nutrition.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
oath, 100%.
So I'll always fuel like I'll have like a good source of carbs early morning. Like if I'm training at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll eat before then,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll have my main breakfast. Coming into my middle session, I'll have another like a bit of fuel, like a small meal. Have the day session, and then lunch, and then come my afternoon session, and then it'll be post afternoon session, snack, and then dinner, and then post dinner, like before bed meal.
What's an example of like your actual like each meal?
This morning 2 bagels before the bike ride, then oats or overnight wheat bix for breakfast, yogurt, a lot of fruit. And then we'll go into rice cakes and banana and a protein shake before my like day session. Then lunch will be 300 grams of rice, 200 grams of lean mince, a lot of vegetables, and I'll be drinking a shitload of water throughout the day as well. And then pre-afternoon, it'll probably just be maybe banana and a bit of toast. And then come dinner will be either steak and 300 grams of potatoes or salmon. I'll do like a red meat or salmon like alternation throughout the
Mm-hmm.
week. And then post bed is either cottage cheese or yogurt, kiwi fruit, and that's it. Honey.
Yeah. Do you track your cows
Yeah, I'm
roughly?
bouncing around from like 3.5 to 4,000 on like big days. Yeah,
That's wild.
and I'm only I weigh 80 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I thought you would have been on eating like a fair bit more.
Nah. Like that works for me.
Well, yeah, like you said,
Mm.
within your first race, you kind of, I think I saw a post you might have put up the other day talking about like your first race experience and having all the cramps and
Yeah, for
all the
sure.
rest of it.
Yeah.
If you found that kind of works for you, keeps you obviously well balanced within, because you can't be too heavy, especially for like the swimming
Nah.
and running,
And
especially.
I don't even feel in full
No.
like while training.
It's just a whole bunch of like carbs.
Correct. Yeah. Nice kind of clean carbs.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I
It's
think,
good.
yeah, it's definitely it's definitely eye-opening to see obviously the split across the day of like how much you kind of need to be eating, but you said it yourself, like you don't want to be too full.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, I can't eat full meals and I can't eat this and I can't eat that. And it's like, yeah, sweet. Like something is better than nothing,
100%.
especially in some of these massive sessions that you're doing. And even more so recently for me, like getting up to go to do the class at 4:45, I was never used to doing like eating that early. First couple of classes, I ate nothing and I was like, I am dog shit.
Tanks.
I'm
Yeah.
fucked. I got nothing.
Running on empty.
But the hydration thing has been a massive one. Wake up, skull water every day, and then just trying to stay hydrated throughout the day, and then obviously keeping up with fucking carb intake and everything like that, ensuring that that's all adequately there. What is it like with each run, each race, each event that you've done? Do you tweak your nutrition each time? Do you just keep doing the same stuff that kind of found works?
I have done a few like carb depletions into a carb load. That's worked well, but I've also just not done that. Performance wise, for me personally, I didn't notice too much of a difference. If anything, I didn't like doing the carb depletion into a heavy carb load. Like it was a lot. And that was going into like a backyard ultra. So that race in itself goes for over 24 hours. So it might have helped at the start, but then, come 18 hours in, I'm back to fueling to just keep going at that point. So I definitely, I don't really adjust it. Maybe if I was doing a high rocks or something, I'd come in a bit more leaner, a bit more, feel a bit lighter than I would be than prepping for a big, ultra. But yeah, I don't really change it too much.
With the ultras and even these like longer events, you've said 24 hours, like 36 or something like that as well. do you like, is there rest? I'm not like fully well versed in fucking
Yeah.
ultras and all the rest
Yeah,
of it. Like,
yeah.
do you actually rest, or are you literally going for that entire
I mean, you
time?
can rest. You can rest. There's at some aid stations they'll like have like a sleep station.
Yeah.
So if you truly need to just go to sleep, then you can. But no, I'll just keep going. Like if you're there to like really give it everything, you're not sleeping. But in saying that, like obviously there are distances where you will have to sleep. So, if you're doing anything over 100 miles, you'll be sleeping.
What's 100 miles in Ks?
62 or something, 161.
That's running.
Yeah, that's running.
That's trails, or is that just
That's
road?
trails that they had backyard ultras where you do the loop after loop. That's just on flat ground. A couple of them I've actually fallen asleep while running and like hit the deck, fallen over, and then I'd have to either run quicker to get back to like your little area, your tent, and I'd try and have like a 5-minute sleep, and then go again. So you have like try and do little micro sleeps here and there to the best of your ability, but like, yeah, it's tough.
How much caffeine do you take through those events?
For me, again, personally, it just does not sit well with me. Like
Yeah.
I will just soldier through and I won't touch it.
So you don't have caffeine at all?
Nah, I don't touch it. Yeah, yeah, nah. And a lot of people, they just think that they might need it, or they like, oh, caffeine gel. But I've tried that many gels, I've tried that many brands. It upsets my stomach, and I just don't do it. Like I don't need it.
So you're just straight raw dog.
Yeah,
Fucking couple 100 Ks.
yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's fucked. How, like, you mentioned your first race, you came fifth.
Mm.
And since then, how have you kind of been going in terms of like rankings and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
and what is the difference between the fucking top and kind of where you're at even?
Good question. I feel like it was never about winning, but I always wanted to be like in that, at least the top group. Like I wanted to be in that, minimum top 10, minimum. So as, the more events I did, the more races I did, I was always up there. I think I've come second like 4 times.
Yeah.
I haven't actually won anything yet, but it's just fucking annoying. Like I've come close. I think maybe it was a 50K race and I was actually probably 10 minutes from the finish line and I'm telling myself, oh, I'm going to win. Like this is sick. Like the first race I'm going to, win. And then he come up behind me and I had nothing to give. Like I could not run any faster, and he just cruised on and took the victory. That one hurt. But yeah, the difference is like the bigger the distance, then you get more the like elite, you would say, kind of field. And that's their job. So you're looking at maybe the top 5, or at least that they're serious. Like they're like strictly running, trail running. They look like, the trail runner, kind of skinny. But that's their job.
They're built for it a bit more.
That's all they do. So, I mean, that's why I kind of like it as well. Like I'll get up there, I'll be with that group, but I don't look like that, and I'm not just a runner. Like I feel like I love, having a bit of size about you and looking lean and still being able to compete like with that top group for sure.
Yeah, that was going to lead into my next question. Is like, we made a joke at the start about like real hybrid, fake hybrid, all the rest of it. And I know that it gets a pretty fucking bad rap nowadays. The more I'm sort of like, getting around the guys at Hurt Locker and stuff, I'm like, fuck, you guys are like the actual fucking freaks who are doing this shit. Like, it's just fun. It's not something you're doing for like your career or anything like that.
Yeah.
How have you found, since the rise of like all of this, high rocks, all the rest of that, how have you found that that's kind of like, have you found that that's pushed you more, or have you just kind of found that you're kind of like, oh, well, I'm still just doing the shit I want to do regardless?
I definitely, I think that I kind of, you see a lot of it on social media, like even a few years ago, like this hybrid training. And I'm like, oh, like maybe I do fall in that category. Like I wasn't too sure. But then over the years, like I feel like I just doing my thing, I kind of evolved into what you'd class as a fucking hybrid athlete. But just the way I see it is like someone functional all rounder, like can do multiple kind of events. You know, might not be the strongest in the room, but definitely can, you know, still move some weight and yeah, that's just like the way I see like someone who's hybrid, you know, can swim, lift, run,
Mm.
do different events, especially like the high rocks. Like high rocks, obviously, you know, it's blown up, but someone who can kind of do it all and have strength in the legs while running quick, and then, you know, doing these other ultras and everything like that, and swimming, and that's I feel like that's what a hybrid is.
Well, high rock specifically, I've seen the rise with, you know, YouTube, social media, and all the rest of it. These guys who are coming through nowadays, they're exclusively high rocks
Yeah.
athletes. Like that is, they're
Mm,
hybrid,
mm,
but they just prep for high rocks. Like
mm,
every single thing is fucking specific for high rocks.
mm,
You've already kind of alluded to the fact of like still keeping leg strength and all the rest of it in there. And even like with the top guys for the ultras and stuff like that, how they're built for that.
mm,
And you kind of enjoy not being like the fucking upper echelon, but still keeping your size and keeping up with them
mm,
and best things like that. How much for you is still like prioritizing just how you feel, how you look, how you perform, and all the rest of it? And then with that as well, like how do you separate the guys who are just doing nothing but specific? Like, is it
mm.
you don't give a fuck that they're kind of like,
Nah, honestly, honestly, I think I kind of laugh at it. Like, I think it's good. You know, hats off to you. If you just want to do high rocks, fucking by all means, go for it. But like, I don't want to just pigeonhole myself into one thing, because, you know, why would I want to just push sleds and, you know, do lunges and wall balls and then run a K?
yeah,
Like, I want to do more than that. Like, you know, you see CrossFitters come into the high rocks world and they fucking dominate it, but you do quick reversal, that high rockers would fold under anything that, you know, CrossFit people can do, and I respect it, because that's a whole other ball game in itself. They're strong, you know, they're hard working athletes, but yeah, for me, if I bring it back to me, it doesn't bother me. Like, I would rather be able to do more of everything than just one specific event. And it's not just to say, oh, this is why I'm not at the elite level. That has nothing to do with it. It's just because I enjoy being able to do more things and like challenge myself in different aspects and different events, and keep that going.
I don't even think it would need to come down to like you even like trying to justify it, right? Because at
Mm,
the end of the day, you kind of, you've already said, like you've alluded to multiple times that everything you're doing is for yourself. Like you
mm,
push yourself, it's you versus you.
mm,
It's just you. Like you're the one entering these races. You're solo when you're fucking running through the middle of the night and all the
mm,
rest of it. And I think that that's a really big thing that sometimes people do miss
mhm,
is and I saw it a lot in powerlifting, and like that's obviously my background and my history is the people who are at the top, the upper echelon, like they're the ones who that is all they do. Like
mm,
that is exclusive of
mm,
powerlifting. And for many years, that was pretty much all I did.
mm,
Just fucking lift. But I could do nothing else. Coming from a background of like being incredibly active and fit and all the rest of it, I was like, fuck, you know, this isn't really fun for me anymore. Actually, I like being able to run.
yeah,
I like being able to jump, and like I'm not the fittest. I'm not the strongest anymore.
yeah,
But I wasn't the strongest when I was powerlifting
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
even when I was specific and doing this thing that just
yeah,
fucked me for everything else, like I
yeah,
wasn't that great anyway.
yeah,
And I found that like that mix, and I know that it gets a bad rap, and fuck, I'm guilty of it myself, like chatting shit about hybrid and all the
mm,
rest of it when it
mm,
started to
mm,
get big.
mm.
But I think it's like, and I've seen it with clients as well, it's just fucking fun.
Fuck yeah,
It is fun to actually be able to go and do
yeah,
different shit and
yeah,
almost exceed other people's expectations. Cause I'm sure, as you said, like you're probably bigger than some of the other
mm,
ultra marathon dudes.
mm,
It's like the fact that you can still keep up with them, but then
mhm,
you could go and enter an event where you're lifting, or you can go and do a high rocks,
yeah,
or,
yeah,
you know, you're obviously training for an Ironman and things like that
yeah,
at the moment.
yep.
Have you found you've had to tailor like your body shape to certain events if you really want to hone in on it? Or do you still just really enjoy keeping the mix regardless?
I think, to the best of my ability, I'll stay around the same weight. Or maybe I'll have to drop like a few strength sessions, and if I do, it'll just be upper body. Like, I'll never change any of my leg strength sessions. Like, that'll always keep going the way it is. But yeah, that's the only thing I'd maybe adjust is just the upper body strength. But then again, you might like I'll still be swimming, so I'm still getting
Decent
like
amount of stimulus.
something to do with that you know
Mm.
that area. So nah, not really. Just the same.
Run us through your leg strength.
So it'd be I'd do a heavy session and then a lot of posterior strength sessions, single leg sessions, a lot of balance, a lot of box jumps. I love just single leg strength, and I feel like that's really helped my running and especially like prevent injuries. Like I can't remember the last time I actually was injured through like, you know, sore legs or joints or anything like that for a long time. So I think not just doing generic, you know, strength exercises and actually kind of going, you know, single leg hip thrusts and pistol squats, and kind of going down that road has definitely helped me be a better athlete, really, 100%.
Yeah. It's almost specific without being specific. Like,
100%.
oh, I'm just going to do this shit because
Mm,
I'm going to do sled pushing, fucking
mm,
that sort of stuff. But keeping that like good mix of everything to
mm-hmm,
actually ensure that you can show up and keep retaining injury free. I
mm,
think that that's something that a lot of people do miss, and they'll kind of like, they'll forego things they probably should be doing and then wonder why they're getting injured.
mm,
Or they'll like ramp the fuck out of their running. And like when I first went back to running after like basically not running for 7 years to play footy last year, I hadn't played footy in 12, hadn't ran in 7. I was 110 kilos when I started running again. And surprisingly, I had shin splints the entire fucking
yeah.
season. The worst thing I could possibly fucking think of. I
Mm,
was in a stupid amount of pain week to
mm.
week.
Just pushing through it.
Well, I didn't really have a choice. It was just footy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I
correct.
could play a game, then my shins were fucked for the week. Couldn't
Yeah.
train, couldn't do anything. So at that point, it was I then couldn't train legs because my shins were so bad. So
Mm,
my strength and size was gone. I couldn't actually practice footy, which meant my skills weren't getting any better. My
mm,
fitness wasn't getting any better besides
mm.
sitting on a bike. So it kind of took away the fun in that like
Of
rigor
course.
in
Mm,
that thing. Like I went back to play footy because I wanted to have fun.
mm,
And then it kind of took away and I was like, well, fuck, what do we do from here? Is like, I really enjoy this. I've enjoyed the fitness. I've
mm.
enjoyed the running. I love jumping.
Yeah.
Like it's just a weird thing I
Yeah,
like doing.
yeah.
I don't know if you follow Blaine McConnell or know who he is.
Nah, nah, nah.
He's a Canadian bobsledder, like an ex-American or Canadian bobsledder. And his whole training is like, it's not so much hybrid. He just sprints and
Yeah,
does strength training,
yeah,
but does these freaky ass jumps. Like he's got a 41-inch vertical from seated,
yeah, wow.
like 4 or 5 meters nearly seated broad jump, like
Yeah,
just all this weird
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shit. I love jumping now. It's really fun. But it's like keeping the balance between trying to balance all of these different
Oh,
modalities over the course of the week and
mm-hmm.
like structuring. Obviously, like with time, you would build resilience. You'd build the
Mm.
ability to actually do that. How much of your course of your week with regards to like all of your different training modalities and everything like that, do you have to change dependent upon, like, I'm assuming with the ultra now,
Mm.
you're probably maybe doing a little bit different to something else, or how does
Yeah,
that look?
as in just like structuring the week.
Yeah. How do you like structure your actual week out with training to
Yeah,
keep it balanced?
I try. I tried to like prep it to the best of like, and even, you know, mobility. Like I wish I could do more of that, and I can do more of that, but like it's something I always try and just stay on top of, like mobility and stretching at least, you know, I try to do it every morning, at least once a day. That's something I've really been trying to like up the ante on, while trying to fit all my other kind of training sessions in. And then, yeah, it comes down to planning. You just got to plan it to the best of your ability, set the week out, you know, put it in the calendar, write it down, like actually, you know, structure it, how it's going to work out and how it's going to play out. And then you have to see it through. So, but mobility is a big one. Never used to do it. Hardly, didn't even, you know, just a couple of leg swings or whatever. And then, you know, over time, you realize how important it is, and how much better you feel after doing it, how much better you wake up. You know, you're not waking up stiff. It is a game changer. I literally just tell everyone who doesn't do it, I'll say, just jump on YouTube, type in 10-minute mobility exercises, watch the video, copy the guy on the screen, and just that's how you can kind of evolve in that way, because it's a game changer.
Yeah, it's definitely something
Is that no one does it? No one does it enough.
No,
Yeah.
I used to be really big on stretching, and then I kind of got to the point where I was like, oh, fuck. It's a
You
lot
just
of
go through the
stretching.
motion.
You go
Yeah.
through the motion, you kind of stand there. It's a little like, some days when it's busy and like work and shit like that as well. For me, like work's predominantly my priority over everything else. So when it comes to like sacrificing, it's like, okay, well, the
Mm.
stuff for me kind of gets sacrificed a little bit for the work side of
Mhm.
things. But it's, as you said, like it's just that prior planning.
Yeah.
I mean, even on that board there, I've got stretch/foam roll 30 minutes 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I don't do
Haven't
it.
done it. Yeah.
Nah, I fucking just,
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I will. Sometimes I won't hit all my sessions, and like you just said, I'll put maybe work in front of myself, and you kind of have to, like, unless you're. I feel like there is a balance, and you do have to kind of sacrifice your time sometimes just to make other things work.
Mm.
But as long as you're aware of that, and then like that you can make it up or maybe reshuffle it into a better way so you can hit all sessions. But yeah, it's never perfect. It never fucking is. Like there'll be something that happens this week and I won't be able to do a session, but like you just you pivot and you keep rolling with it.
Yeah, see, I love that
Mm.
mentality. And you're doing as many sessions as you are a week, and then obviously the mobility and all the rest of it on top. I know that people are going to be sitting there being like, oh, he works
Mm.
for himself, he works from home and all
Mm.
the rest of it. It's like, he
Mm.
can do that. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, I do too, but it's
Mm.
fucking, you kind of prioritize what you want to prioritize. And you
100%.
nailed it with the scheduling.
Yeah.
Putting shit in a calendar,
Yeah.
write it down, make it non-negotiables,
Yeah.
all the rest of it. Like that
Yeah.
is something that I've done like 3 or 4 episodes just on planning someone's week. How to structure a week.
I'll put in a dog walk, I'll put like
Yeah.
walk my dog, 5:30 to 6 a.m. or whatever time it may be. And I'll try and nail everything down to the hour. And then it just mentally, like it definitely, especially transitioning from construction to maybe having like, oh, I have free time, but not free time because I didn't have the right structure. So that has definitely helped me like 10 times, like just with throughout my week, just actually planning everything. And then, like I said before, then you don't have enough hours in the day because it's just everything goes too quick and you've planned it the right way and you're ticking things off as you go. But yeah, you can always prioritize like what you want to get done. Mm.
Plan your fucking weeks.
Mm.
I've told you.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I like plan my dog walk. So I would put in the drive
Yeah.
from where it takes me to get like from one place to
100%.
another sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with like scheduling and shit. And it's a very type A personality type thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very
yeah,
locked in.
yeah.
But that, like, you nailed it, that it almost takes away stress.
It
So
does.
so often people come to me and they're like, oh, I'm so busy, I can't do this.
Mm.
I'm like, sweet, show me your fucking calendar. Show me where it's written out what you're going to do each day. Show me what time you're going to be doing this or that or whatever the case. And they're like, oh, no, I don't do that. I'm like, well, there's why you feel fucking stressed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really easy to lose 10 minutes here or 15 minutes here, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
spend fucking, you
On your
put
phone,
aside
20 minutes gone.
2 hours, you're somehow sitting there eating, you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I could have actually done like 3 other things in this timeline. But
Mm.
having that like construction of your actual week, and as you said, it's never going to be perfect.
Nah.
You will need to adapt.
Yeah.
But at least if you've somewhat pre-planned,
Yeah, yeah.
you at least know what you can shuffle around
Yeah, that's exactly right.
and what you can plan around it.
Yeah, yeah. And I used to feel like I used to get overwhelmed. Like I'd get like come to the end of the day and I feel like I'd have a million things that I'd have to do and it'd be 5 o'clock and then I'd be thinking of everything. I'm like, oh, I got to do this, got to do this, I got to do this. And then it would stress me the fuck out and I wouldn't be able to sleep or like I'd be trying to solve the world's problems like in the last, hour and a half of my day before I go to bed. And it wasn't good. Yeah,
So
definitely.
is it a newer thing that you've...
It's definitely new. It's definitely new. Only the last couple of months, I've really been actually honing in on the calendar. But yeah, no, it's definitely a new thing. I definitely think it started since leaving construction. So really the start of the year. That's when I started to
when you
plan
actually
it.
had a bit more time.
Correct.
Where you could plan.
Because I found myself like, I would lose an hour and then I'd kind of beat myself up about it and then be like, fuck, like I could have just trained again. Do you know what I mean? Like I just lost an hour. Like I could have done this or whatever it may be. So yeah, planning is a fucking big one.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely been a common theme throughout this whole thing, from like prepping your food, planning your
Yes.
week,
Yeah.
structuring your sessions,
Mm,
having like an actual plan of attack. Like we're
mm,
obviously both coaches, having a fucking training
mm,
plan.
mm,
So you're not just rolling into the gym and just being
mm.
like,
What do I feel like
oh, what am I
today?
going to do today?
Or like what's not sore, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Fuck, the classic.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Roll in. Oh, what's not sore?
yeah.
Everything. Legs is apparently sore again, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
train them, but
Yeah. Steer clear.
train upper body every fucking day somehow.
Correct.
That was back in the day before fucking training programs were actually a thing, or
Mm.
as much of a thing as they are now.
But honestly, I feel like so many people are like just doing, events in general. Like it's just this shift it's happened. A lot of people are just signing up for things to have a crack, and it's like just the normal now. I find like your everyday person who maybe doesn't go to the gym often, but will still sign up for a half marathon, which is fucking sick. Like I
Mm.
feel like I can see everyone is just kind of wanting to just challenge themselves in a way, and I noticed that over the last couple of years easily.
Yeah, I've seen a huge,
Mm,
huge shift in that.
mm,
Coming from the background of powerlifting, everybody basically competes.
mm.
So for me, it was kind of the norm to do some form of competition.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, cool, we do
There's something coming up.
two comps a year. We kind of prep, we plan the whole year out according to that. And then starting to see the shift, and especially I think this is where maybe the rise of hybrid, the rise of high rocks and all the rest of it, where it is fairly fucking inclusive.
Mm,
And even just like run clubs and that social aspect where I know a lot of people who've been going to the gym for years and they're kind of just like, oh, gym's
mm.
gym. Like
Yeah,
I see the same people. We don't talk. Headphones in.
yeah,
We kind of ignore people.
yeah,
I can understand
yeah.
why it gets fucking boring and monotonous.
Mm.
You're obviously like heavily involved with Hurt Locker and that group element. How much do you think the community actually plays a role in like getting people to do, like, as you said, like everyday
Huge
people doing
part.
these half marathons and
Huge.
high rocks and
Yeah.
all of that?
I mean, a huge part, like speaking on the gym's behalf, like there's so many people at different levels. And, as like the gym owners will, say like, guys, there's this event. We've got, Mount Kosciuszko, end of the year. All levels you can do a 20K, and then we will get people who aren't runners who just want to commit to a challenge, and like that is fucking sick. Like when we like do these events and like that they do New York Marathon and they take people over to New York, and like it's fucking unreal. And I feel like the community, like everyone knows that we're at different levels. Like no one's going to be like, oh, like Sean's doing it, he's going to beat me. Like who cares? Like they don't, it's not about that. It's just
Mm.
like as a gym, as a community, like we'll all enter this event and we'll all train to the best we can, and like we'll all be there when everyone finishes. Like it's fucking unreal. Like I love the group when people like all like enter an event. Like I think it's fucking sick.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
community aspect is like I started out when I was a first PT, I was in group fitness and it was the same thing. Like we'd get
Mm,
people, 30, 40, 50 people to a
mm,
class at 5 a.m., which is just unheard of. And I know group fitness cops a lot of slack from time to time with just like
mm.
F45 and
Yeah, yeah,
EFTs and stuff
yeah.
like that. But I think that a lot of people miss the point of why most people go there. And
Mm,
even since joining Her Locker myself, like the biggest reason I joined when I first moved down here was the social aspect.
yeah.
Like I work for myself from home.
Mm,
I don't really, nearly 30. I
yeah,
don't drink. I don't party. I don't go to the pub. I don't
yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
I'm like, how the fuck do I meet people?
yeah,
Like, how do I
yeah,
actually meet people who are doing the same
yeah,
shit like
yeah,
I enjoy?
yeah.
And you roll in and you feel included.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter your fitness level, your ability, if you can fucking run well or not, it's like everybody is doing something.
Yeah,
And that's just the vibe.
yeah, and like
Fucking busy at 4 a.m.
yeah, correct. And everything's a snowball effect. Like I might see you do something. I'm like, fuck, that was pretty cool. And I can go talk to you like, hey, Josh, like, how was this? Like, how was this event? And then, I want to do that. And then you
Mm.
can kind of bounce off each other, and, you see someone training for whatever it may be. And it's fucking cool. And like, you don't get that in a normal gym. Like like you said, everyone's got the headphones in,
Mm.
they're doing their thing, but like, with a community, like you're learning from each other, you're pushing each other, and it's just a really good environment. Like I love it. I fucking love it.
What do you think the biggest thing is that sets Hurt Locker apart from
I think it's the amount of like work that we do to just break out of that gym and like, you know, do these events and support other people and, you know, back them in to do whatever they want to do, whether it just be a 5K run or whatever. I feel like as a gym, we kind of represent that, like, well, it's for everyone and, you know, it's a great community. We'll always back you with whatever event you're thinking about, even if you don't want to, you just want to train. You will get inspired by just coming in and seeing other people absolutely rip into it. You know, that's inspiring in itself. Like, wow, like he's training so hard at this early in the morning. Like, it's crazy. And then, yeah, I like that everyone's at a different level. Everyone still gets after it to the best of their ability. It's the best. It is the fucking best.
Yeah, I love that. And it is definitely something I've noticed. And I think it's, as you said, right, like it's a bit of a snowball effect. It almost shows people what is possible.
Yeah.
Because often we are our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
And it's not until we start to actually, like we've touched on it a few times, like where we start to sort of break through our own barriers and we get through our own mindset. And it's like our biggest limiting factor 9 times out of 10 I've worked out with running is the mind.
Yeah.
Like if you can just keep pushing and you can set the tone. And I've said that to like a couple of other people and a couple of clients and stuff who have started running and they're getting into that like head noise aspect. And I'm like, don't even think about how far you got left.
Yeah.
Just say I need to get to the next light pole.
Correct.
I just have to get around this corner. And then all of a sudden you've made it another 2, 3, 4Ks on top of what you thought you could because you've just continued to push. Or you may have seen somebody else who's like very similar to you. Oh, there's another young mum who's coming in at 5 a.m. to train. Fuck, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
There's another tradie.
Yeah.
They can do it. I can make the time to do it.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And like you just said, little distances, little goals or whatever, like run to the tree or whatever. Like I do that still. Like I still will pick a target and be like, just run there. And then I'll stop and then I'll have a little walk and then I'll run and then I'll stop and do like, I'll just keep, like if I'm really feeling it, I'll just keep like struggling. I'll just keep choosing little targets and just chip away.
Basically a representation of goals in general.
For sure.
You set a massive fucking goal. You break it down to these little incremental things. It's like, cool. Well, if I want to lose 5 kilos, calorie deficit, train, hit some steps.
Yep.
Perfect. Just need to do that every single day for a period of time. All of a sudden you've achieved it. Rather than just looking at it and be like, oh, fuck, that's really hard to do. Or with you, for example, fucking, I got 100 and something K run.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I got 100 Ks left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked. How, like, what have you got coming up now? Obviously, you've said you're training for an Ironman.
Yeah, so I got a big year. So this is the plan. I actually haven't said this plan, but this is a fucking plan.
Here we go, exclusive.
So I've got Ironman in June. I want to go, sub 10 is like renowned for like, yeah, it's a good time. I want to get well below that. So I want to do really well there.
What's a full Ironman for those listening who don't know?
It's a 3.9K swim, 180K bike ride, and then a marathon.
3.9Ks is such an odd distance.
Yeah, correct. Well, it's for the miles.
Yeah, of course.
And then, so that's a big one. And then that's in June. Come July will be Gold Coast Marathon. There's a few of us from the gym heading up there. I'll do like it'll be a sub 3 something. I don't know what time, but it just has to be sub 3. Then training will switch up for Moab 240, which is in Utah. So 240-mile race, solo. That's the grand final.
What's that, like
370 something. So yeah, that's a big multi-day race. I have a solid crew to come with me for that one. Myself and Brad will be doing it. And then from Moab, I want to switch it up again for High Rocks Melbourne and better my time again and get close to or if not, do the sub 60 fucking time.
In pro?
In 1 year, yeah, in pro, yeah.
What's your best time so far?
102 in the pro.
Fuck.
Close.
That's fucking...
Yeah.
It's crazy the slight differences that it does make with just like, even just the pacing side of things.
Yeah.
Like moving into that like sub.
Yeah.
Even with your fitness level aerobically and everything like that, like obviously you're fucking fit. How, like... Getting that sub 60, what do you think is your biggest limiting factor? Or what was it?
I just know I just need a little bit more leg strength, and that's it. I know my running's there. I know all the other aspects are there. It's just maybe the lunges is, if I can just knock a minute and a half off that, I'm laughing. So I feel like that's like the ultimate hybrid fucking year, 2026. You've got the Ironman, you've got a sub-3 marathon, you've got 240-mile race, and then you've got the High Rocks to finish it off. I felt if I can knock that off, then I will be extremely happy with that one.
When you knock that off.
When I knock that
When
off,
you knock
yeah,
that off.
that is this year. That's the goals. So that's the lineup. Yeah,
That's fucking hectic.
yeah.
That's huge. Here I'm like, I'm going to do a 5K, I'm going to do a 10K, and I'm going to do High Rocks. And that's me sorted for the year.
I mean, the 240 mile, that kind of throws a huge curveball into it. But the training from the Ironman, the leg strength that I'll get from the bike and just general running still, that'll help. And then it just comes down to time on legs, and then I'll switch
What does
up.
that actually look like in a week? Like
For training?
for you leading into the 240 mile specifically, what does that even look like?
That'll be night runs, day runs, running under fatigue. You know, it'd be multiple long runs in a day. A lot of foot care, like just fine tuning, like your shoes, your socks, your nutrition, your fueling. Everything has to be dialed in. To know what's going to work. And then the rest is just something will go wrong. Like there's no doubt about it. There'll be. My knees might get sore out there during the race. My toenail might come off or whatever, like blisters. There's going to be something, and it just gets to a point where when that happens, like I have to know that I can push through it, because it's no doubt there'll be multiple things that'll go wrong in the race. Like I might get lost. I might fall asleep on the ground and lose an hour. You know what I mean? Like it might be last year. It pissed down with rain, like flooded. Like that's torrential. You have to be able to run in the rain and, you know, not just like push through that in itself is fucking hard. So it's more so getting the body ready with time on feet and then preparing to push through with whatever goes wrong first is the
almost expecting something to things to go wrong.
Multiple things.
And just
being able to deal with it.
in the mindset to be able to just prepare to
Correct.
push through that.
Yeah. Multiple things will go wrong. Feeling sick, can't eat, dehydrated, you know, cramps, whatever. Like it's over a distance like that, what I said before, like the roller coaster is just going to be next level. Like, and it might even be feeling good for 5 minutes, feeling shit for 3 hours, and vice versa. Running through the night, like when you run through the night and then you go into the day, like you are delirious. Like you do look around. Like one race, it was the next day and I was looking for orange tags on the trees and you're losing your mind, like thinking that you've missed it, or you turn around and go back to see if you can find one, and it is hard. It is fucking hard. So that'll all come into factor. Yeah.
But at least you're prepared for it.
To the best ability. Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to run, like the most I'll be doing in a week will be 100 miles, like from 7 days. Like I won't do more than that. And then, like I said, it's just getting ready for what goes wrong.
It's fucking hectic.
Yeah.
But you kind of mentioned in there as well, and it's a point I do want to touch on, because very similar to powerlifting, I would say a lot of these running events, and even like, you know, your High Rock singles and all the rest of it, they are solo events. But you've mentioned that you got a really good support crew coming over to Utah with you guys. And even in previous events that you have done, how much has it actually been assisted by having a good support crew around you?
Good question. And it is everything. It is everything. Yes, like I'm the one out there, you know, running through the night, but you know that you got the checkpoints and you know your crew is going to be there most of the time if they can get there. They can't get to all of them sometimes, but when you do see them, it is uplifting. Like they'll, you know, like I might be having the worst time until I get to that thing, and they'll be like, "How you going?" I'll be like, "Oh, sweet." Yeah. Like I don't know, you just say, "Yeah, it's good," and then like you leave again, and then you just go back to battle. But like it is a game changer, and even for some races, like you get paces, so certain points, like after 100 Ks, you might be able to get a pacer, and then you can get one of my friends to help me push through the next stage, and that's a game changer as well, because you got like someone in your team who's out there with you. They might not be doing the full distance, but like they're still there, and like that it just helps immensely. Yeah, immensely. And then like just the support, they know what's coming up. They'll take my socks off, my shoes off. They'll change me. You know, once I got stuck in the storm and I was freezing, and they're doing everything for me, like putting socks off, putting band-aids on, like, and I'm just lying there, you know, freezing. But like a good crew, you can't, like, you're mad to even try to do it without a good crew, because it is fucking everything. Especially come America, like that's going to be, you got to have a solid crew that'll back you in and tell you, even, you know, I might want to quit, and a good crew will be like, nah, like you've got to go back out, and you said you're going to do that, and you have to finish it.
Yeah, holding you accountable.
100%.
Knowing that you can achieve it.
Absolutely. So yeah, crew is just a must.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that like the correlation between, you know, it's your support crew when you're doing your runs and things like that, the support crew of being in a community within a gym. I say it all the time, like powerlifting, low endeavor, you're the one lifting the weight, but like there's no way I would have achieved half of what I would have achieved without the people there on the day helping me, the people throughout the comps helping me, like prep, all the rest of it, like having people around you, having a fucking community that you can lean on, and they can, like, at the same time, they lean on you when they need the assistance and stuff like that. I think that that is something that if you're in a gym, if you're just training normally, if you're just whatever, and you kind of like a little bit of miss with it, find a community.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly think it's so fucking undervalued.
Yeah. Nah, I couldn't agree more. Like I said, you know, they lean on me, I definitely lean on them. And then when I do cross the finish line or whatever, like you just know that you couldn't have done it without them. So like, and it's good when they know that as well. Like you go back to the house or wherever you're staying, and like you just fucking, you're feeling good, and you're feeling good that everyone's there, and you know, you got it done no matter what. And that's the main thing, just to finish it.
Yeah, I fucking love that. What's the ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal. I mean,
In Utah sounds like a pretty fucking, that's a big one.
That's one of the big ones. I guess once all goes well this year, I'd like to go back to America at least every year, at least once, and they have some hectic events over there, and I'd just like to tick them off one at a time. I mean, maybe it'll be mostly ultra running, but just because I find that's the most where I'll suffer in an event, and that's the most, it draws me to like that self kind of suffering, and I fucking love that. So
self-deprecated. How do I hate myself the most?
Yeah, there's a race called Bad Water 135 in Death Valley, which is like the hottest fucking part in America. So I want to do that next year, and I just want to keep pushing myself to where I'm in that state of like, holy shit, like this is fucking next level.
Do you think there'll ever be enough?
Nah, I don't think so. As long as I can run or do whatever, like I can get to that event, then I can't see it slowing down anytime soon. But nah, it's addictive. At the time you hate it, you know, it's the worst thing in the world. You're like, why? But then you do finish it, and every time I'm getting close to finishing an actual event, like for me personally, like I'll just be reflecting on like the last X amount of hours, and like all the ups and downs, and like, you know, I was freezing there and my legs were sore there, and then like it all just comes back, and I'm just thinking about it all just right before the end of every race, and it's really good. Yeah, I do love that part.
What is the biggest driver for you? Like what drives you internally to actually put yourself into that situation?
Honestly, I just think just the challenge in itself, knowing that I have, like, I like the feeling right now, like I know I have a challenge, like come America, and I know I have a challenge come the Ironman. Like I love like the feeling that, you know, it's coming, and like I love that I have to put in the work, and that I just like, I like that, knowing that it's getting closer and closer, and then next minute you're in it, and then you think about like a time like this when I was thinking about being in it, and I like that journey of, you know, oh, I can't wait, it's coming, and then you're in there, you're like, fuck, this is hard, and then it's finished, and that's it, and then you look forward to the next thing, and that's what I think is the main drive, just the stages of it all.
Are you ever satisfied?
Nah, no way. Nah, it's just satisfied. Like I'm always happy with whatever the outcome is. Like I'm always like always take something away, but I don't think even like winning, like even if I like say I won a race, like it wouldn't be like, okay, I can relax now. It's just you can't beat the feeling of, you know, pushing through like adversity. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that's mint.
I love that.
Mm.
I fucking love that, dude. I think that's like that in itself throughout this entire talk. Like it's obviously there's been a lot of elements to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot for people to take in. But I knew like even when I sent you the message and was like, oh, I already had you down on the list because I'd like seen your Instagram and I was like, this dude's doing like fucking pretty crazy shit. And I want to get in the mind of somebody who does this stuff because it's not normal.
Yeah. No, I
Just
agree.
to figure out like how it actually makes you tick, but at the same time, because I know you're a coach, like I know that you would have to sort of scale that to work with like more
Correct.
normal people, like
Yeah,
normal people,
100%.
and being able to actually find that balance between, well, not just taking what you can do and putting it as a blanket for every single person, but in the same time as that, like flipping that on its head, highlighting that like people can actually push through fucking way harder shit than they think. Way harder. Do you do anything like from a mental health perspective, mentally, besides all the training? Do you do anything to help ground yourself, like any form of?
I mean, I definitely could get better at it, for sure.
I mean,
Like,
mobility and stuff would probably come under the. You're taking that time to breathe and like sink into that sort of stuff.
correct. I mean, I'm very highly strung. Like there's not much, like there's not many times in the day where I'm just like resting. Like I don't watch TV. I don't sit on the couch and be like, oh, doesn't happen. So I think like that is like a lot I need to work on, is kind of just calming down, but I haven't figured it out yet. So honestly, it's
I mean, it's driving you to do what you're doing.
yeah, but I mean, it just never, I just feel like in my head, it's just, I just like to keep going forward. And like, I feel like I do need to like calm down a little bit, but it's so far it's good and it's fine. So we'll just keep working on it, I guess.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's the goal with everything combined? Coaching, everything. Like what would you say like with coaching and things like that? Like what is it that's driving you to continue to push through that?
I mean, I just love to see people now, especially now, you know, it used to be about me kind of finishing it for myself, but now I love seeing other people just commit to a challenge and see it through. Like I honestly get like serious enjoyment out of it, and like being there, watching them finish, like just throughout the journey. That's what drives me. You know, making them a better person, showing them that it's achievable. And like I said, it's not about doing an event, but I just feel like having something there, and for them to see, commit to a goal, to commit to training, to see it through, it just gets the ball rolling, and like they can just, the sky's the limit for them, and they can see that once they do one event, and then they look, oh, what's the next one? It just, that's what it is. You know, even I shared a story this morning about a dad that he's a coach, a dad. His son was nervous through his PE class at school. And then since his dad's training and, you know, he's doing running around the house and looking fit and feeling good, his son's now confident at PE, and the PE teacher sent them an email saying, you know, he's thriving in this class. It's like, not like something's just magically happened. And that's just the effect of his dad training and being active and, you know, showing up for himself, which now has changed his son's perspective, which you fucking like, that's unreal.
You can't top that.
No way.
You can't top that.
No fucking way.
I know I was heavily into training as a kid because of what my dad was doing. He was triathlons, duathlons, all the rest of it, like all the road races down the Great Ocean Road, all the rest of that sort of stuff. And that for me was like, I was like, well, fuck, he's just active. I want to go be active. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. And seeing that, and then even working with parents myself and watching the flow on effect that actually has, just as you said, like showing up for themselves, but then that allows them to show up better for others. And the people around them actually see that. And you're like, this is a good fucking feeling.
I think that happened this week. So that has trumped like anything that I've ever personally, like, it's the best thing that's like happened to be a part of that. Like, I think is just, it's fucking incredible. If I can keep kind of going down that road, keep inspiring, keep challenging myself along the way, then like I'm just going to be happy, very happy, and just keep doing that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't always compete every weekend, can
No,
you? So
you
now you got to
can't.
find others to do it
Correct.
for you.
I'll push them through the
live
event.
vicariously
Yeah.
through them and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's like, even from a coaching perspective though, like that's definitely been like one of probably my driving factors for why I've been around for so long and why I've enjoyed it for so long is I love training. I was very similar to yourself. I was okay at footy. I was good, not great. I was new coaching was kind of going to be my thing. I wasn't the best athlete. But then actually being able to see like other people do this stuff and push past their limits and actually achieve goals they set out. And I've, utilizing powerlifting as an example, like having just general mums and dads go and sign up for a novice comp. One of my clients at the moment, shout out Mr. G, I know you're listening to this. He's 52. He got into the gym quite late. He got into like triathlons and all the rest of it. He was, he was unhealthy by his own account. He was unhealthy, unfit, all the rest of it. He started quite late. He's just about to go, and he's about 4 weeks out from a comp to qualifying for nationals.
Yeah, crazy.
52 years old.
It's mint.
He just squatted 200 kilos for a double for the first time.
Yeah.
Deadlifting 210
Yeah.
for reps.
Yeah.
Fucking benching 145.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, it's fucking unreal.
Like that drives
100%.
me more than like me being like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. I think that like, even though I'm still early in like the coaching career and like the kind of, but like once you really like live through other people's success, then that's what makes a good coach, because at the end of the day, like yes, I've got like the experience, but like I still I'm already I'd rather see them win even more so than myself, like whatever, like it kind of just takes over in that way. And that's, I think that makes a difference for sure.
Yeah. Just that in itself, you'll be a coach for a long time.
Yeah.
You'll be around for a long time. I think that's a big driving thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You kind of like, most coaches, I know even when I was young, I started because I just enjoyed training. I was like, well, what do I do to get paid to do this? Basically hang out in a gym. And then slowly but surely, very fast it goes, oh, it's actually, I fucking love watching other people do this shit.
Yeah.
Way more than me.
Yeah.
And just teaching them.
I mean, if you had told me like a year ago, like when I was working, that, I'd be a gym owner and, done these events and, a coach, I would have honestly, that's a year ago. So the passion was there, and then you just kind of keep following, what you love, and shit just happens. Like it does, like it happens quickly.
Show up.
Yeah.
Putting one foot in front of the other.
I mean, like if I didn't do all those events, like I did a lot last year, if I didn't do all those races, then, opportunities wouldn't have come around. But like I did them for me, and then it's obviously opened more doors and more opportunities very, very quickly, which is unreal.
Yeah, doing the fucking thing.
100%. And that, yeah.
Again, it's something that's incredibly undervalued. They don't really know what their life can offer them. And I think that's almost sad in a way that a lot of people don't live up to the potential they probably have, because they're a little bit scared to try. They're scared to start. And I think that like the more people like yourself who are getting in the industry and coaching and things like that, and are able to just show them, like, as you said, it doesn't need to be a fucking ultra. Start with a 5K.
Nah.
Start with a 10.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, like, this is my first podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there we go.
This is the first time. And this was, for me, even coming here, I'm like, it's fucking sick. Like, I'm excited. I was excited for it. Nervous, maybe like a tiny little bit, but like, just what's the worst could have happened? Like, come here, have a conversation, and that's it. Like, it's just, every time something like that comes around, like the more it happens, you just have to say yes. Like, even if it's not how you think, or you didn't think it was going to happen, or an opportunity, like, oh, that's not really me, or whatever, you just have to go for it, I think. And then it just happens. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life happens when you actually lean into it and you push past it happens outside of your comfort zone. The more shit you do that's outside of your comfort zone, that's a big thing. I put up a post the other day talking about moving to Melbourne was quite a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of stuff that I've done since moving down here that I could have had the opportunity to do on the Gold Coast, but I just didn't. I was stuck in a bubble. I was kind of stuck in my own world. And since coming down here and actually doing it and starting to just lean into all the shit, and if I'm like a little bit scared or a little bit worried or whatever, just do the fucking thing. Good things have been happening.
Yeah,
Like
100%. I mean, you hear it all the time. Like you do, like, oh, just, try challenge yourself and like, but yeah, the reason is you hear it because it's true. Like you do, like you have to kind of get out your comfort zone and you have to do the things that you don't want to do and think good things, that'll eventually happen. Like it just, you see it all the time, you hear it all because it's true. And now like I feel me like coming from work and now doing something that I love, which was all just started with a passion, like, and it's only like really the beginning. Like it just shows, just keep whatever passion, like your passion is, just got to go for it. You just have to like, it might take a while, you might dip the toes in a little bit and then pull them back out. But then like, as long as you keep going back in there, it'll hopefully work out. Yeah.
I love that. For those at home, how do they find you?
What do you mean?
Instagram, social, where are you at?
Instagram, Sean McKinney. And yeah, I'll just be floating around there.
Yeah, I'll throw that in the show notes. Before I wrap up, I've got 3 questions that I ask every guest. Strap in. No, they're not actually that bad. First one is, if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
It would be just, keep backing yourself. I guess I was definitely an overthinker, maybe still am. So just go, like I said before, do those things that you think might be uncomfortable or not yourself and take those opportunities. And that's what I would say. I'd say just go for it, Don't overthink it because you get nowhere overthinking it.
Yeah. Favorite animal?
Have to be a dog, have to be a bulldog. Yeah.
Cocker Spaniel's close second.
Close. It is second by far.
Last but not least, what does strength mean to you?
Strength means to me, I would say just being able to handle, life situations and be strong no matter, if a family member's sick or, you lose one of your best mates or something like that. I would say just being able to, be strong for other people around you who might need, someone to talk to or, just, I would say holding yourself with pride and being, just being strong through the tough times, I reckon.
I love that. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's actually been a pretty long episode, but I think there's a fuckload of value in there for everybody who has listened. As I said, I'll throw all the show notes. I'll have Sean's Instagram up and all the rest of it. Also throw Hurt Locker in there as well. You can find the gym, can find the crew. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.
Appreciate it. That was sick.
Yeah, you enjoyed
that? Was fucking no dramas. Man, time flew by.
Yeah, dude. That's